The Gospel of John tells us Jesus said, "Unless you eat my flesh and drink my blood, you have no life in you." And the Greek word used in the Bible is tragon, which means to literally gnaw or chew. Yes, the doctrine of transubstantiation is difficult, and even many disciples rejected it. But Jesus did not correct their misunderstanding and say it was only symbolic. So, are we cannibals by eating the body blood of Christ? And what about these many Eucharistic miracles we hear about?
We are temples, totum deficit.
No, we are not cannibals because we are not consuming the flesh of Christ's earthly body, but rather his glorified body. A true Eucharistic miracle occurs at every Mass when the priest utters the words of consecration to give us Christ's body and blood. But sometimes God makes it visible, like with Archbishop Jorge Bergoglio in 1996 in Argentina. At that time, a parish priest was told a consecrated host had been desecrated in the back of the church. Unable to consume it, it was put into a glass of water and then into the tabernacle to dissolve, which is the proper procedure. When he opened the tabernacle 8 days later, the host had been transformed. It was now a piece of bloody tissue, much larger than the original host. The host was kept in the tabernacle without publicizing it, and surprisingly, after several years, the bloody tissue had still not decomposed, which is extraordinary and virtually impossible to explain because no attempt was made to hermetically seal it or to preserve it in any way. Now, at that time, a friend of our Marian community, Dr. Ricardo Castañon Gomez, a PhD in neuroscience, took a sample of the bloody fragment and sent it to New York. Now, since Dr. Gomez did not want to prejudice the scientific community who would be examining the tissue in New York, he did not reveal its source. Then a team of 5 scientists was assembled, including the famous cardiologist and forensic pathologist, Dr. Frederick Zugby, who was the author of many books on forensic pathology. Now, he testified that the material, remember, this is the host from a Catholic Mass, was a fragment of human heart muscle found in the wall of the left ventricle, which is the muscle responsible for the contraction of the heart and which pumps blood to all parts of the body. This heart muscle was also in an inflammatory condition when the sample was taken. We'll mention more on that in a minute. And most surprisingly, the sample contained many white blood cells, which indicates that the heart was alive at the time the sample was taken, because white blood cells, they die quickly outside of a living organism. And the white blood cells also had penetrated the tissue, which indicates that the heart had been under severe stress and inflamed, as we said, as if the owner had been beaten severely about the chest, they commented. The scientific team then eliminated the possibility of fraud, which a critic might propose, for they said that it really can't be thought that the officials in the church had authorized the torture and death of a male with AB blood type, the same as on the Shroud of Turin, opened his chest while he was still alive after torturing him and removed the tissue from his beating heart. That's basically what all the test results showed from this sample. But they know that that couldn't have happened. So then how did this specific piece of tissue make its way into the tabernacle? Well, solid medical evaluation showed that the sample had not even decomposed and could not have been obtained from a deceased subject like some cadaver. So, again, what happened? Well, things then got really interesting. Dr. Castagnon attended a conference with the scientists and put up a picture of a piece of bread, a Catholic priest, and a Eucharistic prayer from the Catholic Mass. He said, if you give me a piece of bread, a Catholic priest, and this prayer, I will give you human heart tissue.